I'm back with another video, and in today's video we have a PlayStation 3 console here. This is a PlayStation 3 FAT, known as a FAT, or also the exact model is an CECHL01. That information can be found right at the bottom of the console, right over here. It says model number CECHL01. And in this video, I'm going to take you on step by step how you can open it up properly, the proper way, and how you can clean up, service, repaste your console at home without any problems. And you can do it a better job than any technician if you want to take your time cleaning the fan, and you can learn something in the process. So I'm going to take you on step by step how to open it up, how to clean, how to repaste, and how to put it back together. All right. The tools I'll be using is I fixed a screwdriver set. As they have one of the best screwdrivers out there. They have all the bits that you need, and these are S2 class steel. That means they are reinforced steel. All right, you're gonna use this one. If you get a Pro set, they will give you opening tools and some tweezers. If not, grab yourself a curved or straight tweezers. You need a spatula, plastic spatula. That's fine. Get a 99%, 98% isopropylic or isopropylic alcohol. It's very important. Don't get any like a 78%, anything like that. Make sure it's isopropylic alcohol. And you will need a workshop towel, 1 or 2 sheets of the workshop towel. It is very important. The reason is, as soon as you put an alcohol on top of this workshop towel and you want to clean the motherboard, the old thermal paste, stuff like that, this will rip apart and will not damage the components on the board. People keep asking me, can I use a microfiber towel? And I keep saying no for the same reason. Those microfiber towels can get tangled on the tiny capacitors and they can rip them apart. All right, with this one on hand, also you need a good thermal paste. You can use an Arctic MX4. If you want to go overboard with the best thermal paste, you can go with Thermal Grizzly, depending on your budget, but I'll be using an MX4 in this video. All right, let's keep this one on one side and let's get it started. First thing first, disconnect everything, power it off, and we are gonna first remove on one side the hard drive. You can upgrade the hard drive to an SSD drive. Also, just put opening tool right there or your nail and just pull it up. And all this plastic can be washed and cleaned. We're going to remove one screw there. That's a Phillips number 1. All right. That's the only screw that is labeled colored blue on top. That's for the hard drive. Now, all you want to do is grab this slider, bring it up and pull it straight up, and the hard drive will come out. This is an 80 gig hard drive. You can put a 500 gigabyte and install the system on it. You can get an adapter for the hard drive adapter, something like this. And you can connect this one to your computer to check the health of the hard drive to see if there's any dead sectors, bad sectors, or if it's about to die or not, because most of the time, this can be an issue that the games crash and is really slow, but you might have a bad sector on the hard drive, and then you might want to replace the hard drive. If you replace the hard drive, grab any hard drive up to 500 gigabyte, and they come like this. Remove the screws on the side, and just replace them. Make sure the orientation of the connectors are the same, and you will have the same bracket on the new drive. All right, but this is just for the repaste and cleaning, so let's put that to one side. This thing has a dust and I'm getting allergic to the dust. All right, first we need to remove this warranty label here. There's a screw underneath. We need to remove that one. So I'm going to spray a little bit of alcohol on top to blend in and use our tweezers and lift up. As soon as you lift up this, it will show void. So the next time you want to put it down, we just read void because the warranty is void. I don't think you will have any warranty at this time. Use a tweezers to pick on this plastic rubber and lift it up, take it out. Now there's a torque with a secure lock in the middle. There's a screw with a tiny bit in the middle. So let's find out which one is that one. That one should be torque number 15. Let me see, double check that. No, number 14, one is small. So let's go to torque number 10. Torque number 10. Yeah. So that's a secure torque number 10. So you want to remove that screw and take it out. And the secure lock means there's a tiny pinhole in there, and your bed has to have a little tiny hole in the middle. All right, remove that one. And you want to set it down, and you want to slide this cover towards the screw side. Slide it and lift it up. And there you go. You can take it outside, clean it, wash it, whatever you want. And down here, we're going to see a whole bunch of screw with arrows. These are the same screw. These are Phillips. But there's a thicker Phillips. Let me see if I can use this Phillips for this one. Yeah. So that's a Phillips number 1. No, number 2. Phillips number 2. And we are going to remove all these screws. Most of the screws are the same size except one in the back, which says S for small. That's the small one. The rest are the large screws. So if I remove this one, you will see the size difference right there. So the small goes in there and the rest are the large size. So you can keep them in a one pile or separate them. There will be only one short. Shouldn't be making a mistake right there. So I'm going to remove all the screws. Also, if you guys like my videos, if you find my videos helpful and helping you guys out, you can support the channel by clicking that like and subscribe. We greatly appreciate it. It helps and motivates me to make more videos, take requests, and answer your questions in the comment area. Appreciate that. I have a tiny magnet here. It's powerful to pull the screws up. All right. Now that we do that, now there's a tiny trigger here that you need to push back in order to lift it up. So while I'm lifting it up, I'm going to push that one in and I'm going to bring this back cover upward. Like a pamphlet, you want to bring it up like this and you can release because the front hooks, these things, they hook right in the front. Again, take it outside, clean it. I use a toothbrush, also another tool. Very good tool. I used our new toothbrush. All right, so we're going to take that one outside, clean it. And look at that one. Look at how dirty it is. They never opened it since they purchased it. All right, so let's take it out and let's take the cables. So first the 12-volt cable. You want to work it around and pull it out. EVD drive cable, same thing. You want to just slide it upward. Let's go to the back side. Fan connector. Pull it out. Now we're going to remove one screw right in here and one medium screws right in here back there. Switch to a Phillips number 1 and remove these screws right there. One is long, this is the long screw, and that's the short one. And there's one right in the middle, in the front. That's the long screw. All right. Go ahead once for all, remove this screw for the antenna. Remove the screw for the grounding. That one is kind of tough. This is the only screw that comes out with a washer and stuff. So now that we remove that, we're gonna lift up this power unit. Let me see if I have two more screws on this side. So remove the 2 screws on this side. These are the long screw. You see this one like that? The threads are open threads. These are plastic threads. When it's metal, it will be really closed threads. Now we're gonna lift up the power unit. Lift it up evenly. Wiggle it around because right in here there are 2 hooks that goes 12 volt right to the motherboard. You have to bring it up straight. These are these ones right in here that go right through the power supply. Once you bring it like this, then you want to pinch this hook down and pull it back. So you're pinching it and you're pulling it back. That's 110 volt that from the wall comes in, and it gives 12 volt right there, and another 3 volt comes through here. I think there's a 12 volt in here too. All right, we're gonna take it outside, blow some air through here and clean up this power unit. Do not open it. the capacitor might be charged up, so you don't want to touch it. He says right in here is an output 12 volt 21 amp and 5 volt 0.9 amp. So clean this one up outside. I can see even spider web right there. Use a tweezer to lift up upward this jack. It just snaps in the Wi-Fi antenna. Now we're gonna unplug the flex cable right in here just by lifting up this with your nail, or use a plastic. Just lift it up 90 degrees like that and slide it, lift it up 45 degrees and pull it back. If you have the DVD drive, do not open the DVD drive. It's sealed, so there's no dust in there. It doesn't get through here. So just clean it, wipe it, and use the air compressor to clean it up. We get into the good part right now. Down here, you can take a picture where the screws go, or you can grab a marker. You can just mark so you know where the screws go, but you don't want to put a screw right in here because it goes from the DVD drive. So you know the casings, the screws are, which ones are. Right there, there, tiny screws, big plastic screws, metal screws, and screws right there. And that's it. Well, right here I did. Right, that's what you want to do, so you don't go ahead and put the screws where you don't have to. Then later on, you want to open it again. So go ahead, start from one corner and remove all the screws. You can also, you need to remove the one on the board right in there. Remove the caddy for the hard drive slides in again. Just cleaning, the cleaning depending on you, how you want to clean it. I'm not gonna make a video how to clean it. You just use a toothbrush and just brush it off and use air. The plastics can be washed and left for drying. Now we're gonna remove this bracket for the GPU and for the CPU. These are the big screws. Once we remove the brackets, everything like that, now we can lift up this shield, bring it upward, and lift it upward. And I can see some sort of white powder in here. I don't know what kind of powder, white thing is in here. You can clean it up with toothbrush. Maybe oxidization and stuff like that. Who knows? Alright, it's even in this side. But we can clean it up with a towel. It is kind of dirty. Alright, now that we remove the top shield, what you want to do, you want to heat up the CPU and GPU with a hair gun a little bit in here so you can blend the old thermal paste, and gently you want to lift up the motherboard. If it's not coming up, again, you want to heat it up. I'm going to take it to the workstation. I'm going to heat it up with a hairdryer and I'll be back. I'm just going to heat it up. As I'm heating up, I'm going to lift up this board gently. I'm not going to create too much pressure, just gently lift it up. All right, I took it outside, I took it to other bench and I just heat it up with a heat gun about 150 degrees, just a little bit, and it just popped the thermal paste. And once I lift it up, and there you can see the old thermal paste is just like a concrete, and it wasn't even covering up the whole GPU and CPU. It was just covering some of it. All right, and we can see the thermal pads in here. They're supposed to pull down the coil. This thermal pad right in here. It goes right over here. It's a tiny thermal pad. It should be a little bigger. And these two are for this power management. Right in here again. First, what we're going to do, take it outside and clean up the dust and everything. And then we come back and I'm going to show you guys how to clean up the thermal paste. All right. Now, down here, these pads are 1mm thermal pads. This one, it's a 2mm thermal pad. They are dried out. Now we can lift up this bracket right in here. And again, take it outside nice and wash it out. And look at that one. I can even see right there, the spider is right there dead. It is dead, but there is a spider right there. All right, we're gonna get the fan out and we're gonna clean the whole housing and everything right there. So first, let's remove the screw right in here in this corner and screw right by the power. All right, we're gonna slide this one up and you can unplug this power unit. It goes down, it goes up. Let me see. You open and there's a clip right there. So you pull this clip back and just slide it like this. Clean this one with a toothbrush and wash this plastic. Now we're gonna remove the fan. To remove the fan, remember the cable has to be at the back. You're gonna remove the 3 screws. Remove the fan again. The fan can be cleaned up with a do not wash or do any liquid to this one. Don't put any liquid, just clean up the fan. The fan is good. All right, I can see lots of dust in there. We're gonna remove the screws that holds this heatsink. There should be 1, 2 screws. All right, 2 screws. Lift up this unit. And there we go. We can lift up this heatsink. It's just aluminum. It's like a 2-part. With that last one is shared, so 2 separate one with the last dotted line is being shared together, so holding it together. So we're gonna clean up and wash it up, and after washing, if there is any more thermal paste, I'll show you how to remove it with an alcohol. So I'm gonna take this one outside and clean it up nicely. I clean up everything else with a toothbrush, and once I'm done, I'll be back to continue. I took everything outside and I cleaned it up, and here is the motherboard. I used a toothbrush. I clean up the excessive dust in here, and they're back down here, and now we can see the old thermal paste. I cleaned up the heatsink, and there's the thermal paste in here. To remove it, first we're gonna apply alcohol on top of them. Let them sit down there for a few seconds. Grab your towel, grab a bit, and then just wipe them in a circular motion, and it will just come out. Same thing in here. Now you're gonna grab this one, the heatsink. Same thing. Doesn't matter if it gets black, don't worry about it. I'm gonna grab a clean side. And just wipe it, and all those blackness will go away. There we go. Then we're gonna use a dry part, clean up a little bit on top, make sure there's no dust particle or anything like that. All right, we're gonna put these ones to one side, and we're gonna start housing everything. So let's grab the bottom tray. I even washed it with a soap, but it's still, when you dried it out, the dust was really impregnated to the plastic. So yeah. So first thing first, we need to put it like this. We're gonna grab this jack that we removed. This jack goes like this, the cable goes upward, and push it in. Put the jack there, grab these plates, grab this one, grab the heatsink, put those ones down. This one goes in on this side, I believe. Has to sit there, not housing it. So let's say if I put this one like that. There we go. Just want to make sure that it's not moving, it stays there. We're gonna grab the fan that we cleaned up. And we're gonna lift up. Put the fan, no, the fan goes from top side, so yeah, never mind. Put the fan on top. There we go. You're gonna grab this plastic cover in here. Goes from inside, put it right there. Grab the screws, and we're gonna screw down the fan first. Well, doesn't matter which way you want to start, fan or plastic or housing. They all must be screwed in. So let's go ahead and screw everything. Three screws for the fan and 4 screws for the bottom cover. So 2 right by the power jack, 1 right in the opposite side. There we go. And the last one goes right in the corner here. Otherwise, you can do a little better job than me than cleaning again. We got this one in, put the cable out of the way. We are gonna grab the metal housing on the bottom, bring it like this, drop it down. Right. You can use the same thermal pads, but I really recommend you guys to change them. I don't have a thermal pads right now. Let me see if I have any of them. Thermal pads in here. I do have them. I'm gonna cut a little bit. These are Thermal Grizzly thermal pads. They're really high quality. And I will replace this other one with a bigger quality thermal pad. Better quality, I would say. Alright. Now that we got those ones ready, we're gonna grab the motherboard. We're gonna grab our thermal paste. I recommend you to apply X shape right on the CPU and on the GPU. Just like that, you don't put too much and not too little. Just like that. Alright, now what we're gonna do, we're gonna flip it over and we're gonna drop it down. First, the HDMI port on the back, so you want to bring it in 45 degrees right in there, and then just let it drop down. And you have to go right through this plastic groove right in here, 1 hole, 2 hole right in here, and the board stays flush there. We want to grab this top portion. This top portion goes like that. This arrow sits down straight right over. Just like that. Grab the caddy or tray for the hard drive. I think it stays the other way around. There we go. This side, the fade has to stay upside, so don't put upside down. There's a tiny pinhole here, has to match that pinhole, just go with that. Alright, now what we're gonna do here first, we're gonna grab this bracket and we're gonna bend them a little bit backward so you get a little more tension right there. Just a little bit, not too much. Okay. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna screw them down. First, put one side, just do a few rounds. You don't need to do a whole bunch of rounds, just do a little bit. Just make sure the screw grabs it, and then bring this one down and put few rounds on that one. Few turns, I mean. Same thing in here. 1 or 2 turns. And then push down with your thumb. And do few turns on this one. Once you have them all, now you can go ahead and tighten up this one over here and then go all the way back to the other corner. So this way the thermal paste will evenly be distributed over the heatsink. Alright. There we go. You can plug in the fan if you want, so you don't forget it. Now, these back ones, these are the metal over metal. You can see which one is metal. You can see 2 of them, and this one is plastic one, so those the big threaded screws go there. These tiny screws, they go wherever you see metal with metal. That means it doesn't touch the cover. So I see one there and one right in the front. And the rest is plastic. So don't forget the one in the corner here. And wherever you marked it with your marker there by the caddy. Remember, not all the screw holes has to have screws in them. I am missing a screw right here. There should be a screw right there. So I don't know which one. It shouldn't have any. Maybe am I missing it or what's going on? Double check yours. I don't know if I'm missing a screw. I lost any screw when I was moving stuff. But if you're missing a screw, it's not a big deal. So you just don't want to put a screw wherever you don't need to put screws. Alright, let me just double check. You can go ahead and put the screw for this grounding right there. Now what I'm gonna do is bring the DVD drive. DVD drive comes right over here. So the screw here goes in there. So there should be one screw right in there that I don't know which one is that I put where. So am I missing one? There's one right in here. This goes with the bottom casing. And I don't know about this one. You're gonna figure it out in a minute. Alright, so let's put this one over. I just want to open it again. If I'm putting a screw where I'm not supposed to, that's fine. Okay, that goes over there. That is fine too. I think I missed a screw. I lost a screw. But there should be a screw right over here. So put a screw right there. I could go ahead and find one, but I'll put it on later on. Alright, so to put the DVD drive in, what we're gonna do, you're gonna open the lock and slide in the flex cable. Just slide it right under the jack. Just slide it in there and lock it down. Push down the jack, the connector, the power right in there. Bring this one, the power unit, make sure these two connector right here goes right through the power unit. And bring it down. Okay. In this position, grab these cables out of the way. Connect the AC connector right there. And make sure it's plugged in all the way in there. And bring the 512 volt, I think it's 5 volt, plug it right to the board. Now, I think I did forget to put the Wi-Fi. Oh, this was the Wi-Fi stuff. There we go. So we're gonna remove this one. We're gonna put the Wi-Fi board, so we gotta lift it up. Again, I don't need to disconnect it. I'll put it to one side. Grab the Wi-Fi, put the adapter right over and pinch it down. It should click in. Put the antenna right in there. It goes in 45 degrees and then sits down. Put the screw. Alright, and then you want to put this one right in here. Now we're going to put the screws. Remember these two screws, the long ones, they go right in here. And another long one goes right in the front. There we go. And one short one goes right beside it. These two, they go on the side, the tiny arrow. Alright, now that we put everything in place, just make sure the DVD drive, everything is in place nice and snugly right there. So what do you want to do? You want to grab the bottom cover. You want to grab the top cover. And now this is the important part. You want to first put the front end in here. So you scoop this clips right in the front like this. It's like a closing a book. And then you want to bring it down towards the back and push it down. And there we go. Now, down here, first thing you want to do, you want to put the short screw in the corner back. And then start putting the rest of the screws all over the place. These are all the same size screw in the corner, in the front, and on the sides, and one mid back. And tighten up the screws. Alright, once you're done with this one, you want to grab the top cover. Now you want to put it in an offset position towards the screw side, towards where you put the screw. And then you want to slide it towards the back. And now all you need to do is to grab the hard drive, clamp it right in there, put the screw for the hard drive, that's the one with the blue color head, right there. Grab the clip, slide the clip in there, and push it down. Change to torque secure lock, and put the screw right at the back so the cover doesn't slide back out. And you can finish it off by putting the rubber cover right on top. And there we go. So, and this is how you can clean, restore your PlayStation 3 fat bottle with no problem under 10-20 minutes, depending how much time you want to take and to clean it up. Again, I hope you guys like this video and helped you guys out. If you have any questions or requests, feel free to leave them in a video comment. I'll try to answer them as soon as I can. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video.